Buwok Chapter 308 is out. It is now confirmed that Hitoshi Sai will be playing in the Under 20 World Cup. He will be joining Japan's team in the later stage of the tournament. That is, if they are able to get there. We also got the conversation between Nagi and Buratsuta, which didn't go the way Buratsuta would have liked, and the group in which Japan would play was revealed, and it's probably one of the hardest in the whole tournament. We finally got answers to a bunch of stuff we've been wondering about, but before we get into the chapter, make sure to subscribe. On the first page, we pick up right where the last chapter left off, with Buratsuta starting a conversation with Nagi. Nagi also looks at him, his eyes are fully white. But in the next page, Nagi asks who is Buratsuta. He is surprised that Nagi doesn't know him. Nagi just stares and goes, "What do you want from me?" Buratsuta starts sweet talking him and asks him, doesn't he want to bloom again, and he can help him bring out his full potential. Despite Nagi's undeniable talent, that guy dropped him from the team. Is he the only one that thinks Ego made the wrong call? Nagi still doesn't get it. He asks again, what are you even talking about? And then Buratsuta reveals that for the Under 20 World Cup, the minimum registered players is 23, but the maximum number of players is 26. The reason he joined the Buwok project is because he had a promise to fulfill with Ego. And we see a flashback between him and Ego, where he tells Ego to hand him over the decision-making power of the other 3 members. And if he does it, Buratsuta is going to approve the budget for the Buwok project. In other words, apart from the 23 players chosen by Ego, it's a hidden rule which allows the 3 players that he chooses to go and play in the Under 20 Japan team. He calls them the Buratsuta 3. Imagine being in that group and your boss is that guy. He tells Nagi that he wants him to be one of the 3 players he personally selects. Nagi is shocked. He actually has a chance to become part of the legendary Buratsuta 3. But there are conditions, of course. The first one is a selection test that he planned. Nagi has to go and win that if he wants to go back to Buwok. If he wins and is selected as one of the Buratsuta 3, Nagi basically will be a slave to him. All of Nagi's future soccer related management and contracts are going to be controlled by him. Nagi's life will belong to him. And then the last condition is, if Nagi makes it back to Buwok, Nagi has to prove that Ego's methods are wrong. That way he will drive Ego into a corner and Buratsuta will be able to take control of everything and become Buwok's representative. Now Nagi has to give his answer to him. And on the next page we see Buratsuta being surrounded by an octopus and he wants to take over Buwok with the help of Nagi. He really thinks that he is that guy. Nagi is almost ready to join him. He starts to process what he just heard. He can go back to Buwok, back to that place and back with them, and Nagi sees Rin, Isagi and Reo in his mind. But in the next page he says that he can't come back. He is really confused and he can't choose what he wants. And Buratsuta is confused too. Nagi then says that Ego is not wrong. Buratsuta asks him if he doesn't think Ego is wrong, why the hell did he come here in front of the Buwok building? He asks Nagi if he still wants to play. Nagi then tells him that Ego created Buwok, and if Ego didn't exist, then he couldn't get fired up with Reo like he used to. We see flashbacks of Isagi and Reo while he says that. Then Buratsuta continues to manipulate him, asking him if he is making excuses not to join now. He continues with the Ego slander, saying that Ego is a heartless piece of crap leader with no human decency, and Nagi is using that topic as a shield to cover up his own loss. Nagi then tells him that he can't betray Buwok. That place has always been burning with passion, and the reason for that is none other than its own creator, Ego. Buratsuta is fully crashing out now. He starts telling Nagi that he is just protecting his own heart like that. Did he forget his former self, who was amazing back then? He can't even evolve himself to another level. He also tells Nagi that he is a pride-bloated fool. Buratsuta's eyes are full of aura. Nagi stays silent and then Buratsuta's phone suddenly starts ringing. The one who is calling him is Hitoshi Sai. Sai tells him that the Under 20 World Cup groups are set and all the matchups are out now. Japan is in Group A with Nigeria, England and France. We see a panel of Woki and Charles too. Buratsuta starts to panic now that the strongest team, France, is in the same group as Japan. You can't advance to the finals tournament unless you're in the second place or higher. And he reveals that one of his 3 spots is reserved for Sai. But Sai tells him that he will not play in the group stage. And the reason for him joining this Under 20 World Cup is to only play against Spain. And below that we can see that he is still watching Bunny. Sai is locked in on destroying Spain for now. On the next page we see Nagi still standing silently in the rain. And Buratsuta says says that he will be keeping a spot open for Sai on the team. Once the group stage matches are over and Japan advances to the next stage, he confirms with Sai that he is joining them. Sai says that he has to change his mindset. If Japan can't rise to the top without him, then this whole story is meaningless. And we see an article that says Japan and France are in the group of death. In the final page, Sai says that he will use Buok as a stepping stone. He has a dream to achieve, and from here on out, only Agus will win. We still need to see what Nagi's answer will be, if he joins Buratsuta or if he declines the offer. Personally, I don't think Nagi will accept it, simply because it's still too early for him to come back in the story. He is not going to be forgotten and gone from the manga forever. He is definitely joining Buok again in the future, but for now he has to train and reinvent himself from zero. When they were talking with Buratsuta, what if Egu listened to them? With him seeing how Nagi defended him, he might send him to a team where he will get trained. There, Nagi can reinvent himself, and also he will be coached by someone that Egu trusts. But if Nagi declines Buratsuta's offer, then he will have 2 more open spots. Who is going to join the under 20 Japan squad? A lot of people want Kira to come back. We know that he doesn't like Egu's philosophy about soccer, so he is a perfect candidate for being Buratsuta's minion. He might even be down to be a double agent, and that way he will make sure Japan loses. I don't know how that will happen though, because Egu is still the boss there. He decides who is playing and who is not. Somehow it will be revealed that he has to let the Buratsuta 3 play too. Sai is going for revenge against Bunny in this World Cup. We can definitely expect that Japan is going to the next stage of the tournament. They might only lose to France, but will win against the others in the group stage. That way they can still face the French team in the later stages of the tournament. We are going to see combinations with Sai and the other Buok players, which will be really exciting. And it looks like the hardest opponents of the Under 20 World Cup will be France, Spain, and we also can't forget Germany. Kaiser and Ness might cook something in the 50 days of training. The Spain match is going to be really important for Sai. He wants to have his revenge on Bunny, but we still don't know what Bunny did to him. We can guess, but it's still not confirmed yet. And we still haven't seen the remaining 6 or 7 new Gen 11 players. The next one should be England's new Gen. We can assume that Woki is France's new Gen 11. I mean, if someone else is stronger than him, then it will be impossible to win against them. There is no break next week, and the chapter is named Reunion. Who is going to meet who? Isagi will meet Sai, Nagi and Reo will talk again, or it will be something else. That's everything from chapter 308. A lot of crazy stuff is happening right now. Sai is going to play in the Under 20 World Cup arc, Nagi doesn't know what he wants, and Buratsuta's out here thinking he is the main character. The Under 20 World Cup arc is about to pop off, and I honestly think this might be one of the best arcs in Buok. Let me know if you like this chapter, and what do you think Nagi is going to do? Is he going to accept the deal or is he not? Thanks for watching, see ya.